Alright, this is a very serious allegation. A 21 years old TikTok star has accused UFC light heavyweight champion Alex Pereira of sexually assaulting her at New Jersey hotel. Her name is Meredith Brown, who has over 54,000 followers on TikTok, posted a series of videos earlier this week alleging Alex Pereira raped her. We will watch these videos. Just wait a minute. A lot of people are saying it is fake allegation. Some people said this might be true. According to the Meredith Brown, the assault took place at a hotel after she and her friend were invited for a night out with the UFC champion and unnamed assistant. So it has part 1, part 2 and part 3. Let's watch the first video.
He picks me up from off of on top of him, asks me, the only time he spoke English this entire time that I was with him was to ask me to help him put it in. I tried to put it in, but I was nervous, so I couldn't. So he did it, and he put it in my ass, and then he assaulted me. Afterwards, he got up, he took a shower, I laid in bed, just kind of like disassociated, not even really like realizing what had just happened. I'm scared as f***. I don't know if I can use the shower, and I'm scared to ask him. So I just go to the bathroom and I sit on the toilet for a few minutes while I literally bleed. I come back to bed after going to the...
So we are watching part 3. This user wrote, bro gave her Sama. Let's watch part 1, okay? The painful story of Meredith Brown start now, part 1.
Okay, this is like my 40th time trying to make this video, so I'm gonna try to do it again without crying. Alex Pereira's assistant, translator, I don't know who he is to him. His name is Mel. My friend followed him on Instagram over 2 months ago. He DM'd her after she follows him, asks her questions like how long she had been doing kickboxing for, how she got into it, stuff like that. He asks her if she's going to the fight in New Jersey that we went to. I don't know what number it was. I'm not into it like that, like she is. This was my first time ever meeting Alex or knowing who he was. I'm not a huge UFC fan. I just got into it because my friend was into it.
We got it. Yeah.
Alex's assistant, translator, best friend, whoever he was, his name is Mel, asks my friend if she wants to meet up with him in New Jersey when she goes to the fight. He also says that Alex is wondering if she has a friend for him. I know it sounds stupid and unbelievable because I couldn't believe it myself. Why is this guy asking a 20-year-old girl to put him on with one of her friends when he's a 30-year-old, however, father who should be able to just like talk to a woman his age at the fight? It was planned out on purpose because he does this all the time. My friend sends Mel, the assistant and the translator, whoever he was, he never really gave us an explanation who he was. She sends him my Instagram. Mel shows Alex my Instagram. Apparently, the only thing he said was Chama. I'll try and find the text proof where my friend was telling me this.
I'm sorry.
Which is disgusting now that I know what
this is very serious situation, but I think it seems like it is true. She is speaking truth. They meet. We have photo though. We have photo. They meet. But is this allegation true or not?
It was. We go to New Jersey. Mel hits up my friend, invites us both to a private training at a gym called Cruise MMA, where Alex is training. We're the only women in there except for this older woman who's married to one of the people that's also sparring. I'm hoping I can find security footage. My friend spars with him. I videotape the whole time, and I'm sitting down watching. I can post the video that I took also, where my friend is sparring with him.
Where is that video?
Him and Mel take me and my friend outside of the gym that we were in after the training session.
Oh, okay.
He comes on to me.
Let's cut the
goes
bullshit.
behind me, looks at my ass, and approves to his translator, which is also disgusting now that I know what his intent was, like I was cattle or something. Mind you, this man doesn't speak any English. I don't know what he's saying the entire time. His translator...
So Alex Pereira watched her butt and said, Sama, give the approval. This lady is okay.
is translating for me everything he's saying and everything I'm saying.
Oh man, this is serious allegation, but I cannot control the laugh.
He tries to kiss me outside of Cruz MMA gym. I grab his face and I push him away. I will try to find security footage from a building around it if possible. We leave the training. They then invite us to like a meeting or like something that was outside where they were like signing stuff, I guess. I don't know. But we turned it down because it was outside and it was super hot and we had already done our makeup and gotten ready for the UFC fight that night. So they then invite us to dinner before the UFC fight. We were going to go out, according to them, but he sends us an address and our Uber takes us to a very nice hotel where Alex is staying and a bunch of, I guess, UFC fighters are also there. His assistant and translator, Mel, brings us into this fancy hotel. I can find security footage proof of this also. And it's just a bunch of like UFC people sitting in a circle. And Alex looks up at us, looks angry as fuck, and tells his assistant, Mel, to take us out of the hotel. And everyone is looking at us like, who are these girls? Why are they here? I don't know either. I'm just like there because they asked us to. And like, I didn't realize they were bad people. He makes us leave the hotel and he brings us to the Courtyard Marriott across the street from it. They have 2 hotel rooms that they have already bought for that night, which is disgusting. It was all planned out. They take us to the Courtyard Marriott across the street from the actual hotel that Alex is staying at. We go to the restaurant in the like lobby of the Courtyard Marriott. I can find security footage proof of this also. They buy us a flatbread pizza and then they ask, well, Mel is asking all of...
So more security footage are about to release, I guess, if this case go into the court. If she hired the lawyer, then I mean this is a really very serious allegation.
This. Alex doesn't speak any English, he's just translating. Mel asks us how old we are. I said I'm 21. My friend says that she's 20 years old, not old enough to drink alcohol. So he talks to Alex, tells him how old we say we are, and then they buy us, I think, 2 glasses of wine. So, mind you, they're buying alcohol for a 20-year-old girl that is not old enough to drink alcohol, and this is on security footage. Didn't make me sign an NDA before he did any of this. Like, just did it because he does this all the time probably. It was so routine and planned out. They're giving us drinks. Alex won't get off of me. I'm not into it because I don't know this man. I don't like being touched if I am not, like, if I don't know you and I'm not comfortable with you. Even if you're my family member, I just don't like being touched. I'm starting to get tipsy and I feel sick because I don't do well when I drink. But I'm trying to calm my nerves. He won't get off of me. He keeps asking me to go to the bathroom with him, or he's asking Mel, and Mel is telling me this. So I guess this is how he gets away with it because he didn't technically, well, no, because he did it. He just technically didn't say any of it to my face. He said it to his translator, and his translator said it to my face. But his translator wasn't the one who assaulted me. He's telling his translator to ask me to go to the bathroom.
So according to her, the translator is not the one who did the crime. She is alleging Alex Pereira. Let's move forward.
I don't know what I'm allowed to say on TikTok. As much as you guys think these things about me just because of the line of work that I do. I just do what I have to do to make ends meet. That has nothing to do with anything. I don't put out the first time meeting somebody because I have a lot of trauma and I get nervous and scared.
Okay.
I will try to find security footage. Legally, they have to be able to pull this up, right? Like, Alex can't, like, somehow, like, get it erased. That would literally not be fair.
You need
I'm
lawyer
gonna
for
try my hardest
that.
to find the security footage. If it actually ends up, like, going
won't
to court or,
provide
like,
you
something
so
happens.
easily.
I don't know.
Okay,
I don't know
okay,
what
I
I was
need some
expecting. I just
security
posted
footage
it because
last night.
like,
They won't give
I
you
just
like
wanted
that.
to talk
You need
about it.
lawyers.
I go to the bathroom with my friend after Alex has been coming on to me the whole night, and I feel sick and uncomfortable and like I'm about to throw up. I tell her in the bathroom, at no point during this whole entire visit with these people are you to leave me, because I'm not comfortable. We agree that we won't leave each other at any point.
Okay, my concern is, if Alex is coming to you all the night trying to doing something like that, why didn't you leave the hotel on that moment?
Because Mel, the assistant and the translator, is also hitting on my friend, who's 20 years old. I don't know how old this man was. Alex, that I don't put out like that after I meet someone for the very first time, and then I need him to get to know me and to work for it. I, quote, said to his translator, trying not to be a prude and annoying, but I told him, I was like, how do I say you have to work for it? His assistant laughs, tells Alex, and Alex tells his assistant to tell us that he really likes us and he's going to take us on a trip to the Dominican Republic to get to know us better, because I guess he's trying to, like, convince me that he's not, you know, just trying to take advantage of me. So I'm like, okay, like, that's great. I don't have a passport. Like, can you, like, let me know, like, when this is happening so I can, like, pack and, like, get ready for it? Like, I mean, I make my own money and I don't need this man's money. It's not me trying to get his money. I literally could not care less if I don't get anything out of this except for...
So she like Alex Pereira. It's not she's not liking him. She likes Alex Pereira, but it is not consensual.
His fans to be as bad as he is, but I guess I should have known. We have to split up because it's time to go to the UFC fight. His translator and Alex go on their own. Me and my friend take an Uber. It goes terribly. The fight ends. Afterwards, his assistant Mel sends an Uber to our location after the UFC fight and brings us back to the courtyard Marriott where we were gonna go out. We were gonna go there, and they were gonna drive us, and they were talking about going to, I don't know, they were talking about going to strip clubs, and they were...
Okay, let's go for the second part. This is very long story.
Just to be clear also, that picture that I posted where everyone is saying that it looks like I'm a fan that asked him to take a picture with me, I did not ask for that picture. I asked for no pictures. I didn't know who this man was. My friend asked for pictures with him after asking me to record her sparring with him. And then he asked on everyone that I know and love's life. He asked for pictures with me. I did not ask for those pictures. He asked his assistant to ask my friend after he asked to take the pictures. He asked his assistant to ask my friend to have me send the pictures to her, and then she sends it to my assistant because he wanted the pictures, because it was probably a trophy for him. I did not ask for those pictures. That's besides the point. But basically, his assistant sends us an Uber to where we are after the UFC fight and brings us back to the Courtyard Marriott, where we were supposed to be waiting for Alex to get back from an interview, I think he said, and then we were going to go out. He was talking about going to strip clubs and, like, having a fun night while we were all in...
I don't know, I don't really understand that. If you don't like his behavior, then why you waited so long for him? Why don't you take a taxi and go your home?
New Jersey, New York for the weekend. We wait for like 2 hours for Alex to come while his friend is on the phone talking about like kids with cancer and big money transfers and things that had to do with Alex. And we were like, hey, it's getting kind of late. Like, is Alex coming? Like, what's the plan? Should we just go back home because we're kind of tired? Like, if we're going to have plans, can we, like, get on with it? Because it's already getting very late. At this point, I think it was, like, 2 or 3 in the morning. Eventually, Alex comes to the hotel room after the interview that he was at, and he says that he doesn't want to go out. He wants to enjoy the time that he has with the people he's with. Some bullshit like that. And then he takes off his clothes, gets into bed, orders food, and then is trying to get me to get into bed with him. My friend and me and the translator are all sitting on the couch, and he's just sitting in bed staring at me and telling his translator to tell me things and trying to convince me to get into bed with him. I eventually get into bed with him because I was naive, I guess. I didn't think that anything was going to happen. My friend was there with me. I had told her not to leave me at any point. She had told me not to leave her with the assistant at any point. I thought that we were going to be fine. I thought I was going to be able to maybe try and get myself comfortable by getting into bed with him and cuddling with him if there was people in the room. I just have problems of my own. I have trauma. This is not the first time that this has happened to me. I was just naive, I guess. I don't know what I was thinking. I don't know why I got into bed with him. My friend was there. So was the assistant. I thought I was going to be fine. He starts touching me down there repeatedly. I keep pushing him off. I keep pushing his hand off. I keep bringing his hand back up to like my waist so that we can just like cuddle, because I'm comfortable with cuddling. I'm not comfortable with putting out with somebody that I don't know.
Alright, why you went there with him on the bed?
I'm comfortable putting out with him because that's just not what I do. He keeps touching me. I keep pushing him off. Eventually, me and my friend say that we're very tired and we would like to go to sleep. They turn all the lights off. My friend and the assistant get into bed. It's a queen-size bed that they get into. I'm in a queen-size bed right next to it with Alex. Me and my friend are on the inside of the bed looking at each other under the blankets. He keeps pulling the blanket over me, keeps trying to touch me. I feel suffocated. I feel uncomfortable. I don't know what to do. I've pushed him off so many times at this point, and he's not taking the hint, and these men are clearly not caring about my comfortability. Mind you, again, I don't know what I was thinking. I was naive, I guess. I guess you could say I asked for it. Like,
I do have a lot of
work
to say, but I don't think this is the right.
I'm pushing him off of me. He won't get off. He eventually pulls my underwear and my pants down to around like halfway on my thighs, and I push him off again. He gets out of bed. He starts screaming and putting his socks and his clothes on. I'm terrified because I don't know what's happening. My pants are around my legs after I told him no and pushed him off, and he's screaming in another language. Me and my friend are looking at each other, hiding under the blankets, like about to start bawling our eyes out. And he starts telling his translator that he doesn't want to sleep in the same room with him and my friend, and that he wants them to leave. His translator and my friend leave the hotel room. His translator and my friend leave the hotel room. He immediately starts trying to take my clothes off. He starts trying to take my socks off. I try to tell him no, because I have blisters on my feet from walking around New York in heels for like 10 hours the night before, and I had band-aids on my blisters, and they were going to get ripped off with my socks. I tried to explain to him, don't take my socks off, please. He didn't understand that, so at that point, I'm like, okay, fuck. I'm in a room with a huge man that doesn't speak English. He's not understanding what I'm saying. He doesn't give a fuck because I pushed him off so many times, and he doesn't care. And he like got up and screamed and scared me into staying in the room with him and making his assistant and my friend leave the room. At this point, I know what's happening. I've been through this before. I know that it's just easiest if I just shut my mouth, do what I have to, put on whatever performance that I have to make it end. He puts me on top of him so that we're I don't know how much of this I'm allowed to say on TikTok. He puts me on top of him so that we are... I don't know if I'm allowed to say this, but he puts me on top of him so that we're 69ing. I think that it's just gonna be like normal, like he just pressured me into having sex and he scared me into having sex with him. It's whatever, like, it's nothing that hasn't happened to me before. Like, I'll just, you know, keep it inside like I usually do and just live with it. He starts using multiple of his fingers, forcefully pushing them into my ass. I don't know if I'm allowed to say this or not. Everybody's asking for an explanation, so here it is. This is literally just the truth. It's disgusting and embarrassing, and I've tried to make this video so many times, and I keep crying, and I just feel disgusting and humiliated and violated, and I know people are going to laugh at me, and people are going to say that I deserved it, and think that it's funny what I'm about to say. You can laugh, it's whatever, and like, I just thought that, like, this would help me heal by talking about it. He's basically fisting at this point. It hurts really bad.
Alright, so these are the allegations. Very, very serious allegation to the UFC champ, double UFC champ. Sometimes this type of case disappear because the case is related to the big and huge company and their biggest star is in trouble. If anything interesting came out, we will update you.